This spring's real estate market is looking very similar to what we were seeing back in 2019. Yes, way before the pandemic. Stick around, we'll talk more about it in my May market update. Hi, I'm Greer Uptegraft. I'm a local realtor with Pearson Smith Realty, and let's dive right in. April numbers are here, and we're seeing that both buyer activity and time on the market this spring are looking very similar to what we saw back in 2019 before the world turned upside down with the pandemic. It's important to note, though, that the increase in sales activity from March to April this year wasn't as high as usual, and sales volume has actually decreased year over year. These trends can be attributed to higher interest rates compared to last year and some ongoing affordability challenges. Year over year data might seem very confusing because the reduced activity often makes our regional market appear weaker than it actually is. And in reality, inventory is still very low, so competition among buyers is high. Multiple offer situations are still quite common, though, are very dependent on where you're looking for a home. According to Freddie Mac analysts, interested homebuyers are adjusting to the new normal of higher interest rates, but the lack of inventory is that significant obstacle to affordability. Of course, less supply means more demand for any given specific home, and then the price increases. Considering all of these factors, we can expect home values to remain stable in the near future. It's definitely worth mentioning that compared to 2019, the median price of a home in our area is nearly 30% higher, and the supply of homes is less than half. So that's a significant difference over 4 years ago. In the Washington metro area, the Bright MLS Home Demand Index showed a 3.4% rise in April, marking the fourth consecutive month of growth. This indicates a steady pace of buyer demand, especially with luxury condos and single family homes being the most sought after. Like I've said, inventory is quite low with only about 1.2 months of inventory for single family homes priced between 504,000 and 1.2 million. For those looking to buy in the 500 or less price range, they're facing a similar challenge, but there's 1.6 months of inventory available. Now, let's talk more about affordability, which I touched on before. Experts predict some gradual relief on the mortgage rate front. In May, of course, the federal funds rate increased. It reached a 16-year high after 10 consecutive rate hikes by the Federal Reserve. However, the most recent consumer price index data shows that inflation is at 4.9% year over year, which is actually below the predicted level. Additionally, the producer price index report is at its lowest level since January. So these indicators are suggesting that the Federal Reserve's efforts to control inflation are starting to show progress. Despite seeing some challenges such as strong job growth with more new jobs and higher salaries and lower unemployment, all of which sound like good things but do indicate inflation, investors are starting to gain some confidence in long term investments. So, good news on the inflation front, which we've been tracking carefully. Looking ahead, as the Federal Reserve continues, though, to fight inflation and long term investment strategies normalize, we're more likely to see gradual decreases in mortgage interest rates and definitely no sharp increases. Though we are, of course, watching the debt ceiling news and seeing if the federal government can not default, which would absolutely cause mortgage interest rates to rise. In fact, though, most analysts are not predicting that that will happen. Improved rates will certainly help affordability in our area, but the limited inventory is going to keep home values rising. All eyes again are on the debt ceiling, so we'll keep an eye on that as we move forward into the summer. But for now, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home in Northern Virginia or the District of Columbia, reach out to me. Greer is here for all your home buying needs. Hope you have a great day and take care.